Hello, everyone. Hello. We are going to get started in just a few minutes. Give others maybe 2 minutes to get connected. And if you need to grab some coffee or tea while we wait, feel free to do so. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, thank you for joining us today for What's New with Cruise Planner. My name is Shalon Vincent, and I am one of your automation product specialists on the digital sales team, along with Cameron Lourdes, who will be on chat today. Now, before we get into our updates, if you have any questions or need any clarification after today's topic, today's session, or in general, please visit bookespresso.com for more automation training or contact Espresso Training at rccl.com for any information or any troubleshooting that you may need assistance with. And Cameron will go ahead and put the email in the chat box for you. So let's get into today's topics for Cruise Planner. I'm going to walk you through creation, how to manage and modify your purchases, and finally, how to cancel. Hopefully, you'll never have to cancel a Cruise Planner purchase. Now, based on the feedback received, you've been wanting access to complete your client's Cruise Planner purchases, and it's finally here. I'm very happy to be sharing this information with you. You can purchase and modify pre-cruise purchases on behalf of your clients, and this can be done through the Cruise Planner page available on Cruise and Power. Now, as you know, prior to this announcement, you could only browse through the available offerings for your clients, and then the guests would then complete their purchases on their own. So now, just a few key points that I'm going to go over policy-wise. The reservation must be on book status, meaning it has to have minimum deposit. The cutoff to add, modify, or cancel cruise planner purchases is going to be 48 hours prior to the sailing, not including the day of sailing. And then payments can be made using either a credit card or an onboard credit. Also applicable for your group booking, so that's a good point to note. Just ensure when you're doing it for groups, you're using the individual reservations number. And then any changes being requested that needs to be made within that 48 hours, it will trigger an error message and you will have to complete that process on board. Now, all of this can be done in 5 quick, easy steps. First one, you're gonna select Cruise Planner in Cruise and Power, enter the reservation information, shop and book from our catalog, enter the payment details, and confirm the purchase. This usually takes anywhere, once you know exactly what you're purchasing, anywhere between 5 to 8 minutes max, thereabout. So let's get into the individual steps. So step one, once you've logged into Cruise and Power, from the Cruise and Power homepage, under planning tools, you're going to go ahead and select the Cruise Planner and the brand. Step two, enter the individual or the group reservation number and press search. Select your guests. And not to worry if you're selecting one guest from the main page here, you'll be able to select multiple guests once you're confirming the request. Now you're within the cruise planner section, and this area should be very familiar to you if you've been shopping through Cruise Planner before. So you'll be able to browse the Cruise Planner catalog for, from our fabulous cruise enhancement options. We have short excursions, Wi-Fi, dining, spa packages, casino purchases. So you'll be able to go through and scan through what is available. Another awesome way for your short excursions options, I really like this as a filter option for you. So if the guest has any sort of specific date or ports in mind, this is going to be useful for you. So you can narrow down that search to the specification of the guest. We also have the activity level, and this is for persons who may need more, a strenuous activity. Maybe they want to be very specific and have something more moderate. For persons that are looking for are on a time crunch, all durations will be very helpful for them there. And then, of course, the all interests. So if you're a foodie and you want to look for something specific, then we're going to look for culinary options. Maybe you have like a beach bum, they want to look for beach days. So you're going to look for the beach freaks. Now, once you have found the desired product, you're going to go ahead and select that product. And you can see here, there is a discount being offered on this promotion or this product. So there's a 30% off. Once you identify that, you're going to go ahead and click reserve. Select your guest, the day and the time, and then you could move on to adding it to cart. A very important that once you have multiple items added, you may end up with a conflict. And what I love about the system will alert you of that conflict. So if this happens, you will be able to remove whatever the conflict is. And here it's telling us remove the guest with conflicts. And once you remove it, you can proceed. So here I have my guest selected. I have the date, I have the time, and I'm going to go ahead and add it to the cart. You will see this little pop-up display, continue shopping for more products, or you can click cart and check out. Enter the guest email address. And if you note, there is a second email option that can be added. And this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to send yourself a copy of the confirmation and also an option for you to verify the transaction was done correctly. So once you've entered the necessary emails that you're adding, you will then proceed to check out. And then here you are able, within your step 4, you're accepting the payment, you're processing the payment and accepting terms and conditions. So you enter the payment details, you can pay with a credit card, or you could do the onboard credit. You could also do a split payment. Ensure if you're using the onboard credit, you have received permission from your clients. So once the payment information is entered, we're going to go ahead and click the terms and condition and place the order. And that's it. Easy breezy in 5 steps. You are all finished. Now let's talk about managing cruise planner purchases. Now at times you may need to resend a confirmation. And this is a very simple process. After accessing the booking, to the top right of the screen, you're going to click on the profile icon and you'll be able to view the order history. So you'll be able to see everything that was purchased on it, whether you purchased it or the guest purchased it, and vice versa. The guest will be able to see anything that you purchased for them. We're going to enter the email address and press send. So this is if someone just needs a copy of what's on their booking. And just a note, when you're processing the request to send an invoice from the order history page, you can only do one at a time. So if you need more, you're going to just have to do them individually. The next image here is just showing you that the confirmation message has appeared that the resending of the invoice has been completed. So you want to make sure you're looking out for that message. Another great view within the cruise planner system is going to be calendar view. And the calendar view, it's a fantastic option for more streamlined view of the existing selection that your guest or you have booked for the guest. It's going to be displayed there. And this is perfect for seeing what they have day to day or a day at a glance. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit more about modifying it, as in changing or adding the order, adding someone to an order. So currently, just a note, there is not a built-in feature to quickly reprice cruise planner purchases. So if the prices have changed, you will have to cancel and rebook. And just to note, the space will not be held and it is subjected to availability. So any sort of canceling and rebook, maybe because there's a promotion and the rate has lowered, you will want to do this as quick as possible. And just note that whatever space you're currently holding, it's going to go into the open inventory and may not be available again, right? So after logging in and accessing the booking, you're going to click on the profile icon and we're going to select the order history option. So from the order history page that you're looking at right now, you'll be able to locate the specific order that you'd like to view the details on or the specific order that you'd like to modify. Once you've located that order, you're going to go ahead and select modify to make the changes to that order. Now you can add, you could cancel, and you can also change the time on that order. Again, you would not be able to reprice the order from here. There's not a built-in mechanism that will allow you to reprice the order. Now, in this example, we are adding Lewis to the existing order. You'll also see that the new balance is displayed or the new amount is displayed. And once that is done, the new payment will be required immediately. So we added Lewis. You're going to go ahead and select proceed to cart, enter the email address, proceed to checkout, enter your credit card information, or if you'd like to redeem the onboard credit, as long as you've received permission from the client, you're more than willing and more than happy at this point to go ahead and proceed with the onboard credit purchase. Enter the amount, of course, don't forget to accept the terms and conditions and place the order. And that's it. So that way you are able to modify it and add someone to an existing or existing confirmation. As long as the availability is there, you'll be able to process it. And then finally, canceling cruise planner purchases. Now, as much as we would not want you to cancel a purchase, if that happens, I'm gonna make sure that you know how to do it just the same. So I'll walk you through those steps. So just as the other processes, we're going to start by selecting order history by clicking on the profile tab. We're going to navigate to view the details of the specific order that we'd like to cancel. And here, instead of modifying, we're going to go ahead and select cancel. Now, a cancellation message is going to be displayed here. You want to make sure that you are verified. You really do want to cancel this reservations. And if not, then you'll click no, keep it. If you're going to proceed, click yes, cancel the reservation, of course. Now, once the confirmation has been processed, the refund process usually begins immediately, and the refund generally takes anywhere between 5 to 8 business days to be processed. And just to note that this can vary based on the client's bank, so they'll just want to check periodically on their account to see if the money has been refunded. And that's it. Just an additional note for the cancellation. So cancellations prior to the system closing out within that 48 days, they will typically be refunded to the original form of payment. Anything that is being canceled on board, as long as it's canceled within the allotted time, the guest will receive a refund on their onboard account on board. So as long as it's a refundable onboard credit that was used or the item that was purchased is refundable and within that the specific time frame for cancellation, they will get a refund. All right. So that's it for cancellation. I'm going to go through a few frequently asked questions that we've received since launching the Cruise Planner updates, and then afterwards we'll get to your questions in the chat box. So, what is the deadline for making cruise planner purchases? The deadline is 48 hours prior to sailing. You can make modifications, you can cancel, you can update, as long as it's outside at 48 hours, not including the day of sailing. Can I use onboard credit and a credit card to purchase? Definitely you can. You can make a split payment for any of the purchases. Can credit cards linked to the guest profile be used for purchases? Regrettably, at this time, our travel advisors cannot access or use previously saved credit card details provided by the guests. Are cruise planner purchases commissionable? Regrettably, no. Cruise planner bookings are not commissionable at this time. Can purchases be made for multiple bookings within one transaction? Definitely it can. No, the very important point on this one is if the bookings are linked together, meaning they have to be under the same agency and the same sailing date for us to be able to process those. Can I complete a reprice on a cruise planner purchase? You can. Just remember, there's not a reprice option. You can simply cancel and repurchase whatever product you're looking at. And again, it's subject to availability and the cancellation policy of the item. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Cameron and she'll get to your questions on the chat box.
Thank you so much, Shalyn. That was great per usual. Today, again, you did a fantastic job, and we only have one question. But I'm gonna take this opportunity to answer it in a broader way. So this question was about accessing um, and assisting a client with their pre-cruise products, and so when can they start reserving shows and things of that nature? And just want to overall, you cruise planner products are available 1 year to 60 days prior to sailing. Um, so just be mindful of that when you go and looking. Beverage packages are added 1 year prior. Specialty dining 8 months to a year prior. Entertainment is loaded on the first day of the month prior to that sale date. So, for example, this one is in at the end of July, but the entertainment will be uploaded at the beginning of July. Short excursions, will be added 9 to 12 months prior to sailing, and then boom, internet is 9 months prior. And we get a lot of questions about when can I add shows, when can I add shows. So I want to just go over that one more time to make sure I give you the appropriate information, because for when you can add shows, and more information on that. And so for Oasis and Icon class ships, we do require reservations for all production shows and all theaters, but headliner shows in the main theater do not require reservations. So just be mindful of that when you're looking at the available products to see what is available. All right, just had a question come in. One moment. Can we calculate what the cost will be for items such as drink packages before booking for a quote for a client? You absolutely can. So at the beginning, Shalyn showed you how to include the reservation number when you start, but you can actually just put in the ship and sale date. So if you're just browsing to see what's available before, to be able to share that with your client, or to be able to see if something is available before you go ahead and book your client, because you know that it's important to them, all you need is a ship and sale date, and you'll be able to go in and see what is available. All that to say, everything is subject to availability, timing, things of that nature, but you can absolutely go in and check to see what the cost of it is without a booking reservation ID number. That is all the questions that we have at this moment. Definitely add any more questions that we can add, that we can answer or assist with. And just a follow-up question for the cruise planner products. Yes, so if a sailing is going out in July, and it's saying it'll go out at the first of the month, then it will be July 1st. Fantastic. I will pass it back to you, Shalyn.
Thank you, Cameron. Okay, guys, thank you. I see no additional questions, but if anything comes to mind, feel free to reach out to us through the email, espressotraining@rccl.com. Again, thank you for your time. And as always, we hope these tips will assist you in your future navigation of cruising power and just our automation tools in general. Wishing you all success in your business. And as always, we hope that automation continues to help you along the way. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon.